Okay, so what we need to do now is actually make a Bitsy game. Okay, so what you've done so far is you've actually played some Bitsy games and you've taken some notes on what's going on inside of a Bitsy game. In fact, you probably peeked under the hood a little bit and started poking around. And that's totally okay. But what we want to do now is actually get started making a Bitsy game and looking at the tool set and thinking about some strategies that you can pursue in terms of making your own game. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Bitsy now. And the way Bitsy works is you open a web browser and you go to bitsy.org. And what will happen there is you will get a screen with multiple boxes here. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and loaded a game that I created earlier that still needs some work. If you want to load a game, you just go right here and you say load, and you can also save a game. One of the cool things about Bitsy is that save games are HTML, so they'll open in any web browser on any platform, including mobile devices. But also that saved file is also able to be reloaded later if you want to add and make changes to your game. Okay? So you can see here I've got my room here, and you can have as many rooms as you like, and that's the way Bitsy works, is everything is based on a room with a limited number of blocks, as you can see here. Okay, as far as colors are concerned, you can have 3 colors in a room. As you can see here in this room, I've got a navy blue, a light blue, and I've got white. And you can have as many different palettes as you like. So you can see here I've got a couple. And this is the paint window that you use. And again, you're designing based on a pixel art aesthetic. So you are designing based on a grid. And you can see here, you can turn things on and off. You have an avatar. Avatar is the player's character. And you can see here I've got some 2-frame animation for this particular avatar right here. Okay, tiles are things for like walls or structures or things like grass and things like that. Tiles can be turned into walls if you want to by just toggling this right here. Sprites have dialogue, and you can have as many sprites as you like, but keep in mind that if you want to have a sprite with one dialogue and then have another sprite that's the same sprite but with different dialogue, then what you have to do is you have to make a copy of it. So I've got a cat here, and then I've got cat 2, and cat 1 says, I'm a cat, stop annoying me, and cat 2 says, I want some tea. Okay, and you can see here I've also got my broken robot, and it's got some dialogue right here, eep, erp, data corrupt. Okay, all right, and then finally you have items, and items go into inventory, so you can do things with them. So right here I've got tea. I've got a key. A key can be used for things such as unlocking doors, in this case. Okay, and then I've got my can of soda here, and you can see it's all fizzy, right? And then again tea. Okay, and that's it. And if I want to create a new item, I would just click right here, and that'll add a new item. And again, you can have as many items, sprites, tiles as you would like. Okay, and we'll come over here, and we've got exits and endings. Okay, and so exits allow you to jump from one room to the next room. And as you can see here, I've got an exit right here at this room right here. And the entrance is right here, and this is a 2-way exit, so I can go back and forth between these 2 rooms right here. Okay, all right, so that's the basics of Bitsy, and so let's go ahead and play this real quick, and let's just take a look. So I'll come on here under play and use cursor keys to navigate around. So I can move my character around, and you see I've got a locked door right here. Okay, so I'll come down here and I'll pick up the key. All right, and on this I'm using a text effect here. I'm using a wavy text effect, and you can have different text effects for text. And there we go. It unlocks the door. And I did a crossfade between rooms, which you can do. There's different transitions you can do from moving from one room to the other. Okay, and when I run into my lonely robot, it says, I need a soda. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and I come over here, and this cat says, I want some tea. And this cat says, I'm a cat, meow, meow, meow. And then it says, I'm a cat, stop annoying me. So it has more than one kind of dialogue for the sprite. And you can do that. So every time you approach a character or approach a character, you can have it do different dialogue. And that dialogue can also be based on inventory. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to hit stop. Make sure you always hit stop when you're ready to do some editing. All right, so let's look at my robot here. Dialogue for my robot. Okay, right here. Okay, and it's got beep, data corrupt, need a soda. So let's go ahead and edit that in the dialogue editor. Okay, so right now it says beep, data corrupt, need a soda. Okay, so, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it. Okay, and what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have dialogue that is going to use a list instead, and it's going to be a branching list. So this is a logic operator. I'm going to click on this. And if I say tea, I don't want to use tea. I want it to be soda. I'll say need a soda. And right here, since there will be a soda in the inventory, I'll say, thank you for the soda. Okay, let's see if that works. So let's go ahead and hit play. Let's go over here. Okay. Okay, first of all, again, I got to get my key because the door's unlocked between the rooms. Okay. Come over here. Opens the door. Okay. All right, let's go back. Okay. I'll pick up a soda and let's see what happens here. Hopefully this will work. And we'll come back here. Okay, and there we go. So you can have branching dialogue in stories based on inventory. So that makes the game a lot richer and a lot more interesting. Okay, so the last thing in here is if I go under my tools here, you can see there's a bunch of tools. And there's one called Tune. And I can go here and you can have songs that will play in the background inside of rooms. And that allows you to set the mood. And as you can imagine, the songs are very beepy and very, 2-bit sounding. So. Okay, very beepy sounding. So, so if we go here and go under tune, we can add that. We can add that to this particular room. Okay, and let's see how that works. Okay, so that's it. That's Bitsy in a nutshell. It's very simple. It's very simple to create games. However, you're really limited by your imagination in terms of what you can do. Exits can be used for a variety of different things. They can be used not only to go between rooms, but to also toggle things. So you can have a room and then you can have a duplicate of that room that's a different color. So when they go over the exit, it turns the lights on in the room, for instance, and that's something that's commonly done. Okay, So that's Bitsy. I love Bitsy a whole lot, and I'm hoping that you'll like it too. I think it's just really great. And again, there are a whole ton of Bitsy games that have been created with this platform.